Hi everybody, it's Miss Dawson again. I'm going to be reading today a book called Curious George Gets a Talker. And I chose this book because it is Autism Awareness Month. It is April, so I hope that you follow along and enjoy. This is George. George is a clever monkey. George does not speak. George is a happy monkey, but when he feels sad, when people don't understand him. When George's friends can't understand, he feels frustrated. Sometimes he feels sad too. When George went fishing, he was cold. He tried to tell his friend Bill that he was cold, but Bill did not understand. George tried to tell his friend about some presents. George tried to explain by drawing pictures, but his friend did not understand. George is sad. He wants to talk to his friends and family. He has many things to talk about. He has many questions to ask. His friend has an idea. He shows George a talker. The talker will help George talk to people. George is very excited about the talker, but he wants to know how to use it. How will he learn? George learns in the very best way. His family and friends help him learn. They use the talker when they talk to George. When his friends and family use words, George learns where to find them. He also learns how to use them. George learns how to say new things every day. He learns to say, "I like bananas." He learns to ask, "Where is my book?" He learns more words every day. George is happy. George likes talking to his friends. His friends are very happy too. They like George talking to them. His friend takes George on a walk. She talks about things that they see on the walk using the talker. George learns new words to use. George goes to the playground. His friends want him to go on the slide. George uses his talker to say no. George tells them he wants to go on the swing. His friends learn how much he likes the swing. Learning how to use his talker is hard. George keeps trying, and so do his friends. The more they all use it, the easier it is to use. George uses his talker to say that he wants to go to the library. His friend is happy that George can tell him that. They go to the library straight away. George uses his talker to ask for help at the library. He gets help to find his favorite book. George and his friend read the book before bedtime. George and his friend use the talker to talk about the book. Bill and George go to the shop. George talks to the woman at the counter. He buys 2 bananas. He uses his talker to tell her that he will come back. Bill is in the garden and shows George some worms. George uses his talker to say that they are slimy, dirty, and awesome. Sometimes George forgets to use his talker. He tries to tell Allie that he wants to play and have a drink. She doesn't understand. Then he has an idea. George uses the talker to explain what he wants. Allie and George get a drink just like George wanted. They play and drink. George learns to take his talker everywhere. Sometimes he carries the talker with his hands. Sometimes he carries the talker with his feet. George takes his talker to the playground and meets new friends. Sometimes George wears the talker on a strap. George takes his talker to school every day. George's teacher uses the talker. She helps him learn new words. His friends love his talker. His talker helps everyone to understand George. He uses it for all the clever and silly things he has to say. It takes a lot of practice to learn where all the words are, but George learns more every day. George is glad that the talker helps him say whatever he wants to say, whenever he wants to say it. George is so happy to have his talker.